I was literally just thinking to myself a couple days ago that I haven't seen a good vampire flick in a while. And then bang, I get this dropped in my lap. Hey guys, welcome to Happy Wax TV. So yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I haven't really seen a good vampire movie in a while anyways, unless I've just missed them. I'm not sure if you guys have seen some vampire flicks in the last year or so that are killer, let me know. But I don't know, I just, off the top of my head, I couldn't think of any that I've seen recently anyways. So, but then I got this movie sent to me. It's called Bliss. And I didn't know anything about it. I had never heard of it before. It's really new. But the name that stuck out and caught my eye right away was the director, Joe Begos. Or Begos. I'm not really sure how to say his last name. But regardless, he's got some other movies out that I really did enjoy. First off it's like an alien abduction movie called Almost Human. If you haven't seen that movie, I think it might have been his first feature-length film. It's really good. Yeah, it's just about a guy that gets abducted by aliens and then comes back and starts doing all sorts of crazy shit to people, killing them and stuff. It's crazy. And then the other one that just came out, I think it just came out last year, was called The Mind's Eye, and it was pretty good too. So definitely check those movies out if you're a fan of Joe Begos, if you haven't seen them already. But yeah, I don't know. I read the synopsis for this movie. Basically, it's about a painter who's kind of lost her way or just, you know, is kind of in a rut sort of thing. And one night she decides to take a whole whack of all different types of drugs and then goes to all these raunchy house parties and heavy metal bars. And then, I don't know, she gets the lust to paint again. But it's she's also, with that lust to paint again, she also has this bloodlust. So I haven't watched this trailer, but I've been dying to. So I'm going to shut up, not talk about it anymore. We'll give it a watch, and then we'll talk about it after.
That's great. Well, shit.
Something came over me, and then it all just started pouring out of me, and then we're doing it. It all just started pouring out of me,
Like you blacked out?
It's like I was possessed.
Like you blacked out? Well,
it's like I was possessed.
What did you paint? Well, what did you paint?
It's gonna be my masterpiece. It's gonna be my masterpiece.
Wow. I think sums that trailer up. Holy fuck. That thing looks crazy. Okay, so, wow, where do we start with this one? Okay, so a bunch of things. First of all, I really did like this trailer. This movie looks like it's gonna be fucking insane. I really liked the grindhouse look that it had. Wow, and the way it's shot has that really kind of like a grindhousey 80s type feel to it. Absolutely, which is what I think he's going for, and he's nailing it here. Wow, I don't know, man. That grungy kind of New York kind of horror movie style. You don't see it a lot anymore, and I mean it's definitely part of this movie. It kind of reminded me a little bit too of the way it was shot was kind of like Maniac and the Driller Killer. Another reviewer made reference to that as well, but it's a lot of the grindhouse style too, of the way it's shot, really choppy and grainy. But you know, for the first half of this trailer, I was like, okay, you know, I'm not a huge fan of movies that kind of use a ton of like neon sort of lights and stuff like that to get their point across. More of an artsy feel. So at the beginning, I was like, okay, whatever. I like the grindhouse feel, but I'm not sold on the neon light sort of stuff. But I guess we're going through heavy metal bars and stuff like that. But goddamn, I don't know if she, like, obviously it shows the progression of her not wanting to paint, and then it shows her, like, I think snorting coke and then smoking some drugs and stuff. Like, God knows what she's taken. But that scene where she lifts up off the floor covered in blood, like, I don't know if somebody, like a vampire, has bitten her in one of these clubs or whatever, but when the gore scenes start in this trailer, I mean, I'm sold. I am absolutely sold. I'm just going off of the director Joe Begos, his other movies. I mean, they're not massively huge budgeted movies, but he does it right because he uses what he has and he uses it well. And this movie looks like it's great too. I mean, I don't think this movie has a huge budget, but so what he's going to do is he's going to saturate it in a lot of gore because it's a vampire movie. I mean, vampires are, attracted to blood. That's what they need. It's what they need to survive. And I've seen so many fucking vampire movies over the years that stray away from that. I mean, obviously the Twilight movies are just fucking terrible, but I mean, there's been lots of other ones. One of the best vampire movies I've ever seen is 30 Days of Night. I mean, that was a relatively lower budget movie, but they just amped up the gore and the blood, and it just made that movie work. It was so fucking good, and I think this is what he's doing here. Is he's got a smaller budget. It's a pretty cool story, and then he's just gonna give us what we want if we're horror gore fans. You know what I mean? And just give us lots of blood and neck rips and all sorts of stuff, man. And I hope what he showed in the trailer here wasn't the only gore that's in this movie. I don't think it will be, but I think he's just giving us a taste of what's to come. So, wow, I don't know, man. And I'll tell you something else. Doria Madison, who's the star of this movie, I've never seen her before, but she is absolutely beautiful. Wow, I don't know where she's been. And the other cool thing, too, that I noticed in here was George Wentz in this. Now, if you don't know who George Wentz is, he was Norm. Back in the day, there was a show called Cheers, and when I was growing up, and I mean, it was awesome. It had Woody Harrelson in it, and a bunch of other people. But it was a great fucking TV sitcom, and he was one of the main stars. And then he was also in the movie House, which is an absolute classic. So he's been around for a while, and in a few horror movies. And I'm glad to see that he's in this movie. And actually, he's working with Joe Begos, the director, as well. He's got another movie coming out. Both of them do. That Joe's directing, and George is one of the stars in it. Called VFW, and it's about a bunch of Vietnam vets fighting a bunch of punk mutants. So there's not a lot of info on that movie yet, but I mean, I can hardly wait to see that fucking movie too. So I'll definitely be keeping my eye out for that one. But tonight we're talking about Bliss. I think this movie looks great. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys thought of this one. Again, I wasn't sold on the neon light sort of scheme that he was going to, but I did like the grindhouse style. But as soon as that gore kicked in, boy, I was sold on this movie. So let me know what you guys think of this one. Now, it's just brand new, so it's just doing the festival circuit right now. It plays at Tribeca, I think, sometime this month. And then it's going to play at a few other ones. And then I don't see this movie having any issues getting picked up by release. Somebody's going to buy the rights to it, absolutely. So, but yeah, I don't know when that happens, and there is a release date for it. I'm sure it'll go video on demand pretty soon, but I will let you know when it does. So if you want to jump over to Happy Wax TV on my Facebook page, I usually post release dates in there. So if you want to join up, that'd be awesome. And yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. Let me know what you think of this movie, Bliss. I think it looks fucking great. And until next time, stay scared.